I don't know if this is so much an open letter to WWE as much as it is so much for NXT Revolution. My name is Tubby Emu, and I wanted to make this video, and I don't normally do these videos. I haven't been doing it in a long time. I haven't been covering Raw in a long time, and for the simple reason, the Raw TV product is shit. You know, the pay-per-views are pretty much the only thing ever worth watching anymore in WWE. And then you watch NXT TakeOver Revolution. And, you know, after the Stone Cold podcast with Vince McMahon, you know, Vince said, you need stories. I need stories to get behind, or I just don't care about the matches. And I'm watching the NXT Revolution, our Evolution pay-per-view last night. And the only thing I could keep thinking about during the pre-show was, how is this build so good? How is the NXT property, the one that they tour in gyms and they go to like the VFW halls in Florida, in Cocoa, in the places down in Tampa? How are these little guys putting on, and when I say little guys, I mean like the show-wise, NXT size-wise, putting on a product that is so intriguing and so entertaining, and yet on Monday Night Raw we get Adam Rose and a fucking bunny. And the more and more you watch that pay-per-view, and the more you watch the match outcomes and how things are going and the storylines, every promo package and every match last night had a purpose. Everything that happened for a reason. In WWE, random shit just happens. We get Big Show, Mark Henry, guys we don't care about anymore. You know, I love Big Red. I love Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, where they're going, but you got Big Show, not a fan of. You know, I love John Cena. I'm still a big John Cena fan. Just not a fan of where Cena's going. Ambrose, Rollins, Wyatt, you know, they're all on this path that I think eventually they'll become something. Roman Reigns. But then you watch Revolution. Our Evolution. And you watch these promo packages like I've been talking about that draw you in, that make you feel like you're actually invested. The Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville build-up. Like, can Sami Zayn win the big one? The storytelling in the match where he went to use the title and then didn't, and then almost got, cost the match and then won it legit by himself. Kevin Owens immediately coming out, hugging him, celebrating with him, and then kind of hiding in the back. Letting them all raise him up, celebrate, and then he takes him out. And then he lays him out on the apron. The simplest of storylines. You know, Kevin Owens' promo video was chilling. You know, they called my friends first. They called Daniel Bryan first. They called Seth Rollins first. They called Sami Zayn first. They called Neville first. A simple, easy to follow, and legitimate storyline. Something that drew me in, something that made me go, this is why I watch WWE. So for those of you asking why I don't watch Monday Night Raw, why I don't post videos on Monday Night Raw, why I don't ever talk about Monday Night Raw, it's because Monday Night Raw is shit. It's mediocre. It's not entertaining to watch. It's not fun. CM Pulse posted a Vine the other day asking, why do you not watch, WWE Raw? And it's the meme of, because I'm not enjoying it. And it's the girl freaking the hell out. And the honest truth is, that's 100% right. And I know some people are like, well, now you're just bashing WWE Tubby. But if you watch NXT, they nail it. It's must-watch TV. You want to watch and find out where things are going. Hideo and Finn. Hell, even the Luchas. Kalisto and Sin Cara were fun to watch. The Vaudevillains. Charlotte and Sasha Banks put on one of the best Divas matches I've seen. Like, it had a purpose. Sasha was going out there. It was storytelling at its finest. Triple H made a comment joking, about the Triple H Stone Cold thing, saying, Wait a minute. Hey, has anybody seen my brass rings? I had a whole pocket of them in it, and my pocket's empty or whatever. And that's exactly what they did last night. They went out there and showcased everything. Kevin Owens' debut was awesome. You know, before he even debuted, I was like, he's going to face Moonchild. He's going to face CJ Parker. It's going to be Moonchild. And I had somebody leading up to the build. I'm like, they're going to feed him Moonchild. I just know they are. And somebody said, Tubby, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Well, guess what? He faced CJ Parker Moonchild. I was 100% right about that. And not only did he face him, he whooped his ass, and CJ hit him so hard he broke his fucking nose. He was bleeding everywhere. He had to get stitches. And then you listen to the Young Bucks, who, if you don't follow Nick or Matt on Twitter, you totally should. Nick is hilarious. And he's like, I guarantee you, because the other cool thing was, in that match, Drake Younger was the referee, or Drake Wirtz, sorry. And it's really cool, and he said, one of the Young Bucks said, you know, I can guarantee Drake was like, yo, let me clean that blood off you. And Kevin Owens goes, he said, if I know Kevin, he would have said, hell nah, it's good for business. And I kept going, yes. They just get it. And the more and more you watch the NXT pay-per-view, the more I kept asking myself, why do I continue to watch Raw? Why do I continue, as a wrestling fan, to put up with a crappy product? Because everybody that think that what WWE does is horrible and the storylines are bad. No, you're just not watching the right thing. And I don't know what it'll take. I don't know if it'll take Vince McMahon stepping down. I don't know if it'll take getting new writers and not having 30 on a team and having people that actually know wrestling. I don't know if it'll take Triple H getting control of the company. I don't know what it'll take. But what I do know is whoever is writing, whoever's scripting, oh shit, what the fuck? Whoever's in control of NXT, and I'm pretty sure it's Triple H. As much as people bury Triple H and, you know, make jokes about the golden shovel and everything, after last night's Revolution pay-per-view, if he's the one that was in control and he's the one that is responsible for NXT, Triple H needs the keys to the kingdom ASAP. Because whoever was in charge of this build leading up to this pay-per-view, these storylines, that is the person or people that need to be running Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. You know, if I'm on NXT and I got a call today like, hey, you're coming up to Raw and SmackDown. You know, yeah, you're going to make more money. You're going to get an opportunity to get TV time. But I'd straight look him in the face and say, fuck no. I want to stay in NXT. Well, there are a lot of guys in NXT that are still waiting to get their shot, to still, you know, grow. The guys that are there now are capitalizing on every single bit of it. Baylor Itami, The Ascension, Charlotte, Sasha, Sami Zayn, Neville. They're making the most of what they have, and they're absolutely killing it. Those promos last night made me go, holy shit, why isn't this just the new Monday Night Raw? Why isn't this the new SmackDown? Why is everything they're doing, why can't this be the main brand? You know, people always joke all the time about, you know, why don't they just make Raw instead of being 3 hours, have the first hour be NXT? And my reaction was always, well, no, you can just watch NXT. I think that would be stupid. But the more and more you watch NXT, the more you feel like, yes, I could actually see that happening. And I think a big part of that has to go to the wrestlers and who they have down in NXT, because they have a lot of great talent that makes these matches possible. When Sami Zayn overcame last night, and I was like, holy shit, he won, they all came out to celebrate, I stopped watching. And then to watch and then say, holy shit, then Kevin Owens laid him out. The storylines, things you can follow at its finest. I couldn't be happier. Now, he didn't do the small package pile driver, Kevin Owens didn't, but still, he absolutely went out there and kicked ass. Everybody on that card went out there and kicked ass. The stare down between Bull Dempsey and, why do I always forget his name? Holy shit, I always forget his name. But I love him anyway. Storytelling doesn't have to be hard, Vince McMahon. Storytelling doesn't have to be about John Cena overcoming the Authority to do this, to do that. Storytelling just needs to be plain simple and to the point. And stories on Raw and SmackDown just let the NXT people do it. Because the people that are in WWE now, if they don't step up their game, NXT is going to dominate. NXT is going to take over. You want your voice to be heard? Start watching the network more. Start watching NXT. Start tuning in more to NXT than you do Raw and SmackDown. Show them. Get them the numbers why it's the most much-watched show on the network. Go out there and give them the ratings. And I hate to say this because, what's going on in Raw and SmackDown, by supporting the network, you're then kind of like confirming, what they're doing is right, even though it's not. Give them a purpose to keep making NXT become a reality. Keep making NXT that step that where we'd rather watch NXT than Raw and SmackDown. Go out there and have your voice heard. Make it the number one most watched show on the network. Go out there, out of Survivor Series, out of NXT, make it the one thing that you can't stop watching. Because that's what WWE is doing right now. Their essential FCW NXT show. The show that's building the talent of tomorrow has already built the entertainment of today. They've built what I want to see. They've built a show that has me so encapsulated, so ready to watch it that I mark the fuck out. Watching Sami Zayn overcome everything that he's gone through. Losing to Bo Dallas. Losing to Neville. Everything he went through was worth it. I can't explain how awesome that pay-per-view was, and regardless of how shitty this match was, because I ended it on a poor note, I want to thank you, Triple H, and I don't do this very often. What you're doing down in NXT is revolutionizing the wrestling business. While PWG, ROH has the crazy matches, they don't have the stories. They don't have the things that draw you in, but NXT does. NXT, with the indie talent, with everything they've got down there, is headed in the right direction. And I cannot wait for more NXT. I can't wait for future pay-per-views. I don't know if it's because they're every 3 months and that's why they're more important, but what I do know is it's working. So until Raw and SmackDown reaches the level of NXT, WWE, I think I'm going to stick with NXT. The product that Vince probably doesn't watch, that's the product I'm going to watch. I hope you join me in watching wrestling and a product from WWE that's actually good. Tune into NXT on the WWE Network.